Here we are now in the second part of our program here today. And this segment is about servicing your car and planning a long trip away with the family. Firstly, planning the holiday. And here we go. It is important to plan a family holiday properly. The first thing you and your family need to do is sit down and have a family meeting about where you would like to go with the family and work out how much it is going to cost per person and set aside some money. This is called budgeting and saving up for that all-important holiday. You need to consider how much you need to take away on the holiday, such as money for petrol, accommodation, amusement parks, restaurants, etc., and petrol and snacks for the kids and so on, and for yourself. And you also need to consider whether you need to stop somewhere overnight so you can break the trip up. So you will need to have money for overnight accommodation to and from your destination. It depends on where you are traveling to and how far it is going to be. You also need to consider what time you are going to leave, what day you are leaving, and when you are expected to return. And don't forget to cancel the milk and the shopping order online. Also, you must consider the family's health before going away on the holiday too, which I will get to in a moment. But the budgeting is very important if you are planning a holiday with the family and planning on driving up there. So firstly, the budgeting. You need to work out how much it is going to cost per person to go away. So you need to set aside some money each week so you can save up for the long trip away and work out how long you and your family are going to go away for, whether it's 1 week or 2 weeks, and also arrange for somebody to look after your cat or your dog when you go away, because you need to find someone to look after your pets and take them for a walk and feed them also. And make sure that you tell the person about your dog's dietary requirements and what dog food your dog eats. And if you have a cat, tell the person that is looking after your cat what sort of cat food they eat. And what about the birds? Make sure you have someone look after your birds if you've got birds if you go away. That's also very important. Now, getting back to planning that all-important holiday with the family. It is important to have a meeting with the family to discuss the issues of planning a family holiday properly. You need to write down how much it's going to cost per person and who can afford to go away. What about the family's health? Because that must be considered as well. And if anybody is sick on holidays up there, you need to find out where the nearest medical center or hospital is whilst you are away, because it's no good, because you need to consider your family's health. Put your family's health first, not last. Because if somebody falls ill before the trip begins, you will have to cancel the trip and the hotel booking, and you won't want to have to do that. So really consider your family's health and the budget, and work out where you are going to go and how long it is going to take you to drive to and from your destination. And also work out where you are going to stop overnight on your way to and from your destination. That's also very important. Before going away, you must always service your car. Ring your mechanic at your workshop. Find out when is a suitable day for your car to be serviced. And get your mechanics to check everything, such as your lights, your battery, your brakes, the gearbox, the oil, the air conditioning, the heating, the windows, the seat belts, the lock, and check the tire pressure as well, because you don't want to have bald tires. And make sure that your tires are good when you are driving on those roads. It's also a good idea to get your tires checked, because if you have bald tires, it's not safe. You need to have good tires. Go to your nearest tire service center and talk to the guys there and get some good tires, and tires that will last throughout the whole trip. You need to have a good roadworthy car when going away on long road trips, ladies and gentlemen, because if something goes wrong with your car and you didn't service it beforehand, you will regret it later. Now the car is serviced, don't leave the workshop until the mechanic has checked everything over in the car. Because if you start the journey and you think, uh-oh, something's not right. I should have got the mechanic to give the car a thorough check before I took it home. So please get your mechanic to give the car a good service and check the battery also. Because if the battery is low, it means that it is time to get a new battery. And get a good battery as well. Because it's no good having an old battery. Because if the car won't start or the battery's had it, it's time to get a new one. The day of the trip has arrived. Is everyone ready? Has everyone got enough money? Is everyone well enough? So before you go, the day before, take your family to the doctor and get them checked out before you go on the long trip, because the nearest doctor or medical center could be miles away from where you are. It's been 2 hours since you've been on the road, and sometimes you need to pull over and have a rest. That's important. You must always stop, revive, and survive. You only have the one life, everybody, so don't waste it. Why waste the one life by doing the trip in one go? Just ask yourselves, and have you booked yourself somewhere to stop overnight to and from your destination? And have you got maps of how to get there to and from your destination? This is important. So all those things of planning a holiday, you must consider everything before you plan. There's no point thinking, oh yeah, I've got enough money, and then you suddenly realize that you haven't got enough money, and then, oh dear, I didn't plan this very well. So sit down and have a family meeting before you plan the holiday, and make sure that you get some brochures of where you would like to stay. Well, we've come to the end of the second part of the Wednesday wrap. And the Wednesday wrap continues after the fish and chip review. I'm Barry Fair. Thanks for joining me.